Hello, it's Stephanie with Coffee, Paper, Scissors. All right, you guys, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do mixed media art. I'm going to try and start my own little art journal. I've been wanting to do this for so long, but I get so easily intimidated. I watch videos and see all the really cool things people make. And then, but as they're making them, I don't have a lot of the supplies that they have. And so I think, well, I can't do that. And it stops me. Also, I'm not a very go with the flow kind of person. And as you can see, so it's difficult. It's a challenge. So this morning, I have something that I'm going to try and I'm not going to say duplicate, but kind of. It's a Pinterest post. I'll show you a picture. I don't want to add the link because when I try to click on the link, it says that it won't allow my phone to open it because it may lead to spam. And so I don't want to put a link in that's going to cause somebody to click on something that could be a problem. So in a minute, I'll put up a picture of what I'm going to try and make. So I started out this morning. I have this really big art paper flippy thing that used to be my daughter's. I couldn't even decide what size paper to make. I'm not kidding. It was probably half an hour or so that was holding me up. So what I decided to do was, Stephanie, just make it into 4 sections. And so here are the other 3 sections for future art projects. Okay. And so this one, so it ends up being, when I pulled it all apart, it's 12 by 9. What I'm wanting to do is 8 by 10. So I just took the rest and it's underneath my tape. And so I can make like a nice straight lined art project once my tape is peeled off. And then I can even store it, I think I'm going to make an art journal for it to go into, and having the white edges will allow me to store it more easily, I think. Okay. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to put up a picture of what I'm going to try and make. All right. So it has, like some sky. Oh, also it's land. It's this way. Up and down, it's this way. I'm making it this way. I feel like it was too tall. And so I thought landscape was better. That's landscape, right? And I don't know what they used other than to make the birch trees, they used paper. But maybe they painted, I don't know. But I have this mulberry paper and I thought it would be fun to do mulberry paper for the sky, for the grass. And then it had a little like walking path. And so I'm thinking I might try and do a walking path with the black, but put brown stones on it if I am able to do, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. We'll see. Let's go ahead and start out with my mulberry paper. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna keep it within my taped lines here. So I'm gonna cut it. I wanted to do everything with you. You guys, I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. If it's really bad, I don't know. Of course, I'm not gonna say if it's bad, I won't show you, because then if I show you, you guys will be like, oh, so you think that's good? I don't know. Okay. All right. And sometimes this paper is really hard to tear, but I'm going to try. I think it depends on the direction you're trying to tear it. I'm going to try and get, actually, I think what I'll do is sort of a line. So I'm going to go try and, I want there to be like a bit of a hill-ish kind of a look. I think that may be up too high. Can you erase on mulberry paper? Well, let's see, and we'll find out. Well, it messes with it a little bit, but that's okay because I'm going to mess with it a whole bunch. So let's go about here. And then the other one will go maybe like that. Okay, I'm going to see if it'll tear. Okay, it does. It does fine. So I didn't get any crafting in this weekend. I did yard work that I had been putting off, trying to finish up the journal I had been working on. So I'm gonna Mod Podge this down, and I don't know if there's a better side to use. I feel like one side has more texture to it. Yeah, so I want the side that has a little bit more texture to it showing. Anyway, I did some yard work that I had been putting off as I was trying to finish my autumn journal that I made. And you guys were very sweet. Thank you so much for the comments on it. I really appreciate it. But anyway, my husband and I went out and did a lot of cleanup that was needing to happen. You know how some plants just kind of fall over and get gooey when the weather changes. So yeah, we had to do a lot of cleanup on that. And we don't have a lot of leaves that have fallen yet, so there wasn't leaves to clean up yet. But okay, now let's see if I can get this within my lines. It's pretty good. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing. Oh, and by the way, this paper that I'm using is supposed to be mixed media. So, like, you know, it says watercolor even. All right, I'm just gonna tear and try and kind of mimic the line I have. I might have to overlap a little bit. Let's see. How much farther do I need to go? That's pretty good, I think. And then, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we did a lot of cleanup. And then, what did I do? I made a pie. That was fun. I haven't made a pie in so long, you guys. It's just my husband and I here now, and so, well, and my kids were never fruit pie eaters. I don't understand that at all. And so it wasn't even something I made for them for the most part. But I found a small cast iron skillet at the store and thought it would be perfect for making a pie for my husband and I. Now, where did I put my mark? There it is. And so I did that. I made an apple pie. It was yummy. Well, I mean, there's still some left, so it is yummy. And then, what did I do? I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. I think did I clean? I did some cleaning and some organizing in my craft room. I brutally threw away some stuff. I'm like, you know, I'm done. I am done with it. It's going. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So yeah, but I didn't end up crafting it all. I was looking at, I was watching some mixed media videos, trying to be inspired, not necessarily to do what they did, but to just do something, you know? Creating a journal is fun because you get to do all of these things in a journal. Not that I do a lot of this, but you know, you get to create something, but then the journal goes to another home, and this way I can make something and I'll, you know, keep it and be able to look back at some of the fun things that I tried to make. And I'm pretty sure this is the correct side. All right, and I'm off just a little bit, but that's okay because I don't mind having a little crinkle. So we're just gonna try to keep it within my lines, but crinkle it a little bit to get it to fit. And then make sure that I'm all glued down. And right now it looks like something that I would have done in elementary school. And hey, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I've always really liked flowers, and I remember one time when I was in 4th grade, or I don't remember if it was when I was in 4th grade. I think it was, because it was my 4th grade teacher, but sometimes we switched for different classes as we got older, and so I had him again for something later on. Anyway, if we got finished with our work, he let us draw or whatever. And I remember him telling me one time how good I was at making flowers. And isn't that funny? And so this is something I would have done and then just drew little flowers. All right, what am I gonna do next? Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna add some paint. I don't know why, because look, it's already colored, but I think if I add some paint, there will be some different colors of blue. So I'm just gonna go for it. And you guys, I'm just gonna go for it. Oh my goodness. And then using the same blue, I think I'll lighten it and then darken it. Let's see. It doesn't want to come off there. I just added some white. So one of the things, Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, I've watched her over the years, and she's like, it's gonna get better. Just keep going. It's gonna get, I'm like, okay, Darcy, we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna see what happens if I add a little brown. And if it's hideous, then I won't use it, but it's very brown. Okay. Kind of ends up looking almost grayish. I don't know, maybe I like the stuff by itself underneath. Let's just do this. Perfect. Love it. Okay. A lot of it's going to be covered. I mean, so much of it's going to be covered. And then I was thinking to maybe kind of do the same thing in the grass. There's going to be, I don't know, there's going to be all sorts of things. Oh, you know what I was thinking to do? I guess I'm not going to do it now. Never mind. Okay, let me see. I have some, I don't have very much green. All I have are craft paints. All I have are, whatever. Oh, another one of the things that has hindered me from doing this sort of thing is when I've tried in the past, there'll be somebody who gives me a thumbs down. And so I'm like, they didn't like my art. I can't ever do it again. So, like, well, maybe I can't say that it doesn't affect me. It does, but we're just gonna do it anyway. I want to stamp back here. Should I? Let me get, it's not dry, but let me get, what do I have? I'm thinking, well, those are my hard block stamps. I don't necessarily want that. Well, I do have one. Okay, I have one. I like this one. And I don't know if any of it is even going to show. I wish I had a white stamp pad. I don't think I do. I really don't think I do. I have silver. I wonder if that, and I have gold. What do I want to do? Let me try. What happens if I just do white? Honestly, I don't know. It's not like a spongy one that it's bubbling up, and it feels like to me if it was mixed media paper, it shouldn't do that, right? Or like wet paper that you can use wet on. Look, I'm painting it. That's probably a bad idea, isn't it? It's turning color from ink that's on it. Okay. It's there. It's there now. I'm going to do one more. And then I'm going to have to clean it. Because it's paint. It's going to dry on there. It's going to be really hard to get off. This one, I think, is just going to come from over here. Okay, I'm going to go clean this up. All right, to be honest, so far, I hate it. I don't know what to say. I am going to go around the edges. What am I going to do? Okay, first, this is my pathway. I tore it out. And then I did a straight cut along the bottom. I'm going to use Mod Podge. What did I do with my, there it is. I'm going to use Mod Podge. Yeah, I'm totally ready to stop. This is why, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna glue it down with the Mod Podge. I think I plan to go over the whole thing with Mod Podge when I'm done. So it's okay. It's okay. What I'm doing is just fine. And then these things, I have little stepping stones. that I've pulled out of the paper as well. And I don't know, I have one of these kind of pathways in my yard. These pathways are really hard to do in real life. So trying to do it with paper is not real easy either. It seems to me like the brown might just disappear into the black. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see, I think that one was supposed to be maybe that direction. Oh. I know I'm having a really hard time picking it up. How many of you guys ever try to do something new like this and then just give up? Is it just me? Okay, that one's too close because I wanted to put this little sliver in there. All right. That looks like some craftsmanship right there. I'd walk on that pathway any day, right? I wanted to do some stamping on the sky with like words or something, but the birch trees that I'm going to put down are going to have words on them, and so I don't know that that would look right. I want distinction, you know, between different things, so I don't know. I think that needs to be just a little smaller. Now it's stuck to my finger. Okay, how does it need to go? Maybe just like that. It's fine. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do some, I don't know, stippling. I don't know what you would call it, but I'm going to take my ancient stenciling brush and I'm going to add, okay, this is going to be noisy. I'm sorry. It just is. So you can, I don't know, turn it down or something. Let's see, I need more paint. I feel like it needs a border. I don't like how it just does nothing on the edges. Trying to see my tape line and come in maybe ½ an inch from my tape line. Okay, and then I need some, I've got white right there from using that stencil. I'm just going to kind of go here and there with it. From using the stamp, not stencil. Okay, And then I'm thinking maybe I'll do that's terrible. It's gray. I have some dark blue. Nope, that's not as dark as I thought it was. But it is about as dark as I have. It's almost the same thing. Well, it's on there now, so I might as well go around with it, right? Okay. Okay, I don't know what that did. We'll see. We'll see when I'm all done. I don't know when we'll see. Okay, sorry about the wiggle. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on my, I need to try and get this cleared out. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm making a huge mess over here. I need some green. That's a little darker. Let's see what I come up with over here. Well, that's pretty dark. Way too dark. Okay, more green. Let's do a little blending. Oh my goodness, you guys. Maybe I'm using too big of a thing. I have something a little bit smaller. I really didn't want my grass going up into the sky that much. What am I doing here? I'm freaking out. Try to blend that in a little bit better. Pretend that never happened. Okay, and then, do I have any black? I do. I need a lot less paint than that. I need a smaller paintbrush. I need a much smaller paintbrush. Or maybe more of a fine tipped one. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is kind of funny, honestly. Okay. Art. Voila. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to make the birch trees now. I'm going to sit here and cut out some trunks. I don't know, you guys. I'm going to just keep on going with this. I've cut out different papers from a music book where there's words and actual music and things like that. And I want them to be a little deeper in color, but not a lot. I think I'm going to try some... There's always those smears. I think I'm going to try a little bit of waterproof ink. It's coffee. Just to make it a little bit darker. Coffee stain probably would have been, like to coffee stain my paper probably would have been good. It would have given it a little bit of a texture, not texture. I don't know if that's what I'm trying to say. You know, when you coffee stain paper, it makes it not flat anymore, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I want them to be in the same order that I have them. And then after I've done this, I think what I'll do is ink around the edges. So let me just show you. So there's a few. And then I need to get out a dauber. Let's see, I'll get out one that's already got stuff on it. It's kind of dark looking. I'm sure this is just like a distress ink, so I want something permanent. Now I'm going to attach them where my tape, not that you can see it very well, but yeah, that helps. So I'll be doing that. And then also, I'll just show you real quick with some paint. If you are familiar with birch trees, if you have any near you, they peel, right? And so I think what I want to do is, and they have some more brighter white areas. Wow. I have a thing of water here that I'm using to clean my brushes, and it's not working out very well for me. I'm sure I'll get better at this, right? I'm sure of it. I think I'm going to end up having to turn off the camera and go over my grass area entirely because I don't like my grass area. Okay, so the white paint, what I was going to say is I'm just going to put like some areas of, I want it to be kind of thick, where there's just like it's almost peeling off, because that's what they do. So this is going to require quite a bit of dry time. Okay, and so I don't necessarily want it on my project. So I'm going to do that. And that's probably not all. I'm going to do quite a bit to these. So I'm going to turn it off the camera and do all of this and go over my grass. I cut out a bunch of strips, and they have, you know, some words, some music, some a little bit of both. And I inked, and then I took some paint and I put a little paint here and there. And now I'm going in with a Sharpie and making little lines on either side. I'm going light as much as I can. I'm putting a little bit of black mark through the paint. I'm doing a little squiggly, nothing like real straight or perfect, just kind of messing around. A little squiggly. And I'm doing that on both sides. Sometimes my squigglies accidentally kind of meet up with each other, and I'm not really intending for that to happen. So like I said, if you've seen these trees, you know that they kind of do this. You know, they have all the little peeling stuff, and so I think they're turning out pretty well. Don't know about the background, but I think this part's turning out pretty well. So again, just kind of going down and doing a little scribble. I'll hold it up closer to the camera here in just a second. But you know, it's nothing perfect. It's just little scribbles. I just had to go out and do a little yard work. So the work that we did over the weekend was in the trailer, and we needed to take it and dump it. And it's our last trailer full of yard debris for the year. So like that. Hopefully that's clear enough. And then I am just gluing them down. So I have one glued down over here. That one's glued down. And again, I can see my tape mark up there. I'm just using art glitter glue to glue it down. And I just used it. Okay, I'm like, come on glue. I just used you. Oops. So then I'm trying to line it up with my tape. But I want it so that my tape can still pull off. Okay, so you get the idea. I've torn the bottoms kind of one way or the other. I'm gonna put this one on before I put this one on. And then I'll do the rest of them. I'll glue the rest of them down on my own and figure out what I'm gonna do next, because I don't really know. All right. Maybe I should have had it over just a little bit, but it's stuck, so that's okay. Let's see. Okay, kind of once it gets down on that paper, it doesn't want to go anywhere. I'm thinking I'm going to do a little bit of tufts of grass here somehow. Okay, so I'm going to go through and finish making my marks and then glue the rest of them down. Okay, I don't know what I've done with or without you guys at this point. I glued all these down, and I do really like the way those look. I really don't like my pathway. So I'm sitting here with some, I didn't like how black it was. And so I'm sitting here with some watered down, some black, brown, and white paint, and then kind of watered down, and kind of just trying to lighten up the pathway. I didn't like how dark it was. And I mean, I think that that's better. I think it's better. I don't know how it looks to you guys. I don't know how dark or bright or anything it is. And get a little closer. And then the next thing that I'm not crazy about is how you can tell where my trees stop. But actually, I'm going to be making, so I've sat here and I pulled apart a bunch of paper to make some leaves. And I'm trying to figure out for sure how I want to adhere them. But before I do that, I'm just going to work on my pathway a little bit more. And I'm thinking if I can just make it look like a little bit of grass, but dark grass. So let's see what I've got over here. Is working its way into just a little bit. Just like dab, dab, dab. And that will maybe soften it. The lighting is not great. Okay. I feel like at some point I need to kind of stop with that. But I also don't want it to just look so different right there compared to everywhere else. All right. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I'm just going to stop with that. Okay, and then I wanted to add a little bit of, you know, I think I want to add a little bit of shadow, and I don't know how. So I have these watercolor, I don't know how to use them. I don't know how to use any of this stuff. So I have these pencils that are watercolor pencils, but I don't really know how I'm supposed to use them. Am I supposed to get them wet and color with them, or am I supposed to color with them and then get that wet? I really don't know. Oops, I actually just did paint. That's not what I wanted at all. So maybe you guys can tell me. Do you color with them and then get them wet? I need more water. I have a whole container of it over here. I have, oops, I already did that one. I have paper covering my desk, and I'm afraid of what my desk is going to look like underneath that paper. Yeah, this is not at all how I was picturing it. I really don't know how to use these. And maybe they're just garbage. I mean, there are things I think that my daughter left behind. So maybe she just didn't want them because they were no good. It's too dark. I'm ruining it. I'm ruining my masterpiece. I keep on redoing the same one I already did. But now that I've done it, I have to do them all, because that's the way that works. Ay, ay, ay. I'm probably using the wrong color to do something like this. So dark. No, but there's nothing much I can do about it now that I've gotten it like that. Because I don't have, I don't even begin to know how to take any of that up. Especially since underneath it is that mulberry paper. All right, well, just keep on going with, let's see. I'm sure that I'm doing this wrong, so don't do this. Well, it's making it look like nighttime, right? Not that that's what I was going for, but that's okay. So when I'm done with this, I think what I'm going to do is, done with this part, I mean, I'm going to take off my tape and then try and glue down some leaves. So I sit here and I try and watch mixed media videos to get ideas of how to use stuff. And I think, oh, and I'll find a good video. So then I'll look at other videos on the same channel and it's like they do something different all the time. And so, whoa, I just got that all over me. Look at that. Okay. It's on my shirt. I'm sure it's watercolor. I hope. Let's see. I think my desk looks okay under there. All right. Let's pull the tape away. And I'm still planning on putting something on the pathway, but I don't even know what yet. I hope this works and doesn't just tear my paper. Okay. Well, we know this works. I saw one lady do this and, oh, it is tearing my paper, but that's okay. It's not part of my project. There's different kinds of painter's tape. This is the one that doesn't work real well, in my opinion, when you're actually painting a wall. There's the other one that's green that really works well. I wouldn't use that, the green one, because I'm afraid it would really tear your paper. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, maybe not the best idea. Maybe washi? It's working okay on top and the sides. Okay, that's good. I'm really bummed that this is tearing my paper. My perfect artwork. Okay. All right, I dug it off. So it's okay. I do like the way it looks once the tape is off. That helped a lot. I don't know if you'll agree, but helped a lot in my opinion. Okay, so the other thing in the inspiration was that there were just like leaves, you know, kind of everywhere. And I've been trying to figure out how to do that. And so I sat here and tore apart a whole bunch of little pieces of paper, and I did it the ones without the white core, so it's colored all the way through. But you know, use what you have if you want to try this lovely project. The best thing I can think to do is use my art glitter glue and just quickly dot glue and it was pretty heavy up at the top, and then it got less and less. I am recording, yes. So I want to lightly sprinkle, and I know I'm gonna miss in some places. Let's see if I press. Oh, I can wiggle. Okay, so the ones that are up above the line, I don't want them up above the line. Okay, and then I'm going to sprinkle again because there's some places that I can still see glue. I have a brush that I haven't used. I don't want them like so layered up and thick. So I'm just kind of seeing what I can let go of and then do it again. I'm losing some of them over here too. Oh no, I think those are the ones I didn't want to use. They had some straight edges and stuff. You would think with all of that, that the places where there's glue, they would have stayed or something would have fallen there, but no, that would have been too easy, huh? Let's see. There's a couple spots over here. Yeah, I can't really think of any other way to go about this. Unless you do it one at a time, and that is just not happening. Okay. I want one right there, doggone it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go, let's see, I'll go down this side. And I hope I have enough because I really don't want to sit here and do more of them. Maybe glitter, large chunks of glitter would work good for this. See, I really didn't want them all sticking together like that. It was not my intention whatsoever. There needs to be something right there. It's kind of weird, like some of them are sticking even though they're not even on glue. Like these, they're stuck to nothing. Okay, I'll do a little bit right in here. Maybe I'm just entirely doing it wrong. Maybe I do need to individually stick them down. I feel like there's two right there. Yep, there is. That's a lot of glue. Let's see, different color. It's cute, right? It's not for nothing. I'm having fun, I promise. It just covers the whole thing. Even though I did dots, covers the whole thing. Okay, and we'll go down this side quite a ways. I don't think I hit a single glue dot. You know those things that you use for diamond dot painting, where you just take it and you dot it and dot it and dot it and dot it? I don't know, something like that might work well in this instance. I have little fuzzies. I had tried using some of my fuzzy yarn to make some grass, and it didn't work, but I still have all the fuzz everywhere. Let's see. I can cover up some of my, where I've got my trees attached with my little leaves. Please stick. It just doesn't want to. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. So if I put just those, watch, it won't hit a single one. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do, you guys. I think I'll sit here and just glue on my own, one at a time. I am not kidding you. I've been working on this all day long. I finally found an image of a silhouette on the internet. I printed it out and then I cut it out. It was just a black silhouette. So then I put it on some scrapbook paper, some kind of cardstocky type scrapbook paper. And she is going to be walking on the path. I thought about putting some sort of a saying on it, but I can't figure out where to put it. So, and I thought it was just going to be like more, and it would not stand out. It would just be busyness. So yeah, I decided not to. Also, I took my, let's see, well, let me put her down first. I'm not quite sure where I want her, but now she's down, so that's where she's going. This has like fringe. I kind of cut fringe, but I don't know. That doesn't quite work. So I'll stick that down, and I think I'll just make some marks on it. Okay, and then I took my blendy tool and I went over where my leaves were to kind of tone them down because they were awfully bright. The last thing I am going to do is I'm going to Mod Podge the entire thing. I have no idea if that's a good idea or not, but I'm doing it. And then we are going to be done. I am just going to kind of go both ways on it so that I can get all of those little leaves sealed down. Because, you know, that wasn't the easiest thing. So we'll do this. I'll let it dry and let you guys see it. See, there's one there. Totally loose. I'm hoping the inking is staying put because I did all permanent inks. Well, except for the watercolor pencil. No idea what that's going to do. I thought about writing on it, kind of along the tree trunk, but obviously I changed my mind on all counts and I am just sealing it up. Did I tell you I thought this was going to not take me very long today? I thought I could do several little art projects since I have a mess out. Well, that's not happening because it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Isn't that ridiculous? This is matte, so it should dry, not shiny. That's the plan. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Let's let that dry. Okay, I'm finished. I'm holding my camera now so that I can kind of move around a little bit. I think it turned out well. I like the Mod Podge over the top. It kind of just gives a little shine and finishes it off. I think it brings the colors out a little bit, you know, those fabulous colors that I have going on there. So there we go, you guys. Thanks for watching.